Next up, Miss Elizabeth Emery, LCEA.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Deputy Superintendent, Chairperson Brandenburg, and the school board. It's been an honor to serve Lake County Public Schools as LCA Vice President for these past 4 years, and I'm excited to begin this new chapter as LCA President. I wanted to share a little bit more about me. Obviously, we've gotten some time to get to know each other in that short period, but I wanted to make it a little more personal today so y'all could get to know me a little better. I'm a proud third-generation Floridian, born here in Lake County. My journey with Lake County schools actually began as a baby in this boardroom. My parents brought me to a school board meeting in the 90s. And as a student at Eustis Elementary, where I fell in love with learning thanks to teachers like Miss High, Miss Goss, Miss Baltunis, and Miss Boston. We did amazing things like decorate our entire classroom in the flora and fauna of the Amazon rainforest. But I also remember struggling with reading, and I feared failing the FCAT. I begged to be placed in Mr. Skinner's class because even at 9, I was aware of high stakes testing and I knew the impact of a really high impact great teacher. In middle school, I attended Eustis Middle School, saxophone from Mr. Ricky. The jazz band was just incredible, and I so desperately wanted to be a part of the jazz band, and my students and my colleagues know I love jazz. I signed up for tryouts for both years, 7th and 8th grade, but I was so scared of failure that I skipped the tryouts both years in a row. But I actually happened to find my voice and find my place. I ended up becoming drum major, and I joined student government and discovered a love of math and science that carried me all the way to the University of Florida. At Eustis High School, teachers like Mr. Cruz, Mr. Watson, Mr. Hilding, and Ms. Liverati didn't just teach, they believed in me. They helped me see my potential and inspired me to become an educator. After college, I returned to Lake County because I wanted to give back to the community that gave so much to me. And the truth is, I didn't grow up being a union leader. I didn't dream about this as a little girl. From the very beginning, there was only one thing I wanted to do. But even after I stepped in the classroom, it took time for me to fully embrace that I was meant to be an educator. That voice of doubt that once carried with me through childhood was there, and it made it hard for me to feel like I belonged. But through the encouragement and inspiration from my colleagues, mentors, and students, I came to understand that being an educator and advocating for public education is one of the most powerful ways to serve my community. So today I stand before you not just as LCA president, but as a proud product of Lake County Public Schools, shaped by its classrooms, its teachers, and its values. I'm committed to working alongside you to ensure every student and educator has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for your leadership, and I look forward to doing amazing things together in this incredible A district. Thank you.
Well done, Elizabeth. Thank you, and we're very excited to work with you as well. Next up, Jessica Sawicki, LCEA new Vice President.
Good evening, Chair, board members, Deputy Superintendent, and community members. On behalf of Lake County Education Association, I want to extend our congratulations to everyone in our district, educators, staff, administrators, students, families, and community members for the tremendous accomplishment of becoming an A-rated district. The recognition is the result of dedication, passion, and countless hours of hard work from every corner of our school system. We also want to thank the school board for including us in the process with the internal auditors. We appreciate the opportunity to share feedback on the survey and had a productive conversation with them. We especially want to recognize and thank Superintendent Cornegie, Scott Ward, Rob Oyer, and Maricel Santiago for continuing to collaborate with LCA. According to our state-level contacts, Lake County is leading the way when it comes to union district collaboration. Many of our peers and neighboring counties are not experiencing the same level of respect and partnership, and we do not take that for granted. That said, we can't ignore the serious challenges facing public education. Vouchers and charter expansions continue to divert funding from our public schools to institutions that operate with far less oversight and accountability. Despite these obstacles, our educators and support staff are doing incredible work to support our students, regardless of what the school grade says. We also want to be clear, an overemphasis on standardized testing as a primary measure of success does not reflect the full value of what our educators do each day. Our students are more than a score, and our schools are more than a letter grade. We must also continue to advocate for real support from the state, not just in terms of funding our classrooms, but in helping cover the rising costs of healthcare for our educators and support staff. No one should have to choose between keeping their job and affording necessary medical care. We must be honest, Lake County would not be an A district without the dedication of our educators and support staff. But too many are working second or even third jobs to make ends meet. The cost of living for one child and one adult in Florida is over $61,000. Yet, the average teacher's salary in Lake County is just over $52,000. That gap is not sustainable. Passion cannot pay the bills. We need to reward the people doing the work of making our schools exceptional. We must continue to advocate for fair pay, for resources and policies that support public education. And we must engage our state representatives and make sure they understand how their decisions directly impact our classrooms. Thank you again for your partnership and for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Sawicki. Air Force JROTC teacher at Leesburg High School, Mr. Tussing. Dr. Luke.
Just to follow up on Mr. Farnsworth's comments, I was kind of looking over the data for the schools in my region, and there were so many things to be proud of in the data. I had several schools that were just 1 or 2 percentage points from being the next letter grade, be it a B or be it an A, and some major improvements in some of our schools. Sorrento made significant improvements. Eustis made some significant improvements. Everybody seems to be doing great work, and it's certainly, when you scroll through Facebook and you see people speaking positively about Lake County schools and the schools in the district, it's very refreshing to see. Like, I'll just leave that right there. And I have been thinking very intentionally about how to graciously say this, because in a time of such celebration, I want us to tell a story in a way that doesn't continue to pit public versus charter or school versus school, because I don't care what your school grade was. The schools in Lake County are doing amazing work. The students in Lake County are working hard. Our parents are working hard. We're working hard with less. Parents are working harder with less. We as public schools are working harder with less. And while we need to celebrate, I even went so far back as to look since the superintendent has started and the headway we were making with improving our school. I know that's been on all of our minds. The people that have 10 years of tenure on the board, we've been striving for an A for those entire 10 years. And so what a celebratory moment to finally get there, especially after the COVID setback. So we were progressing very nicely on our way, and then COVID happened and it seemed to set back. But every year we just continue to make these strides forward. So hooray, like it did, my teacher heart joy, and data can certainly help us to define things and to be intentional about planning for the school year. But data tells us one story, one picture, and our students are more than that, which you said very nicely earlier. And so I just want to continue to commend this entire district, including every member of the stakeholder community, on the work that we continue to do, and take this congratulations and move it forward and continue to improve, but to do it in such a way that tells a story about what the great work that everybody is doing. So thank you.
Very well said. Mrs. Cunningham.